All right, what's going on, everybody? So today we got a little video here. This are gonna be for the 8th and 9th Gen Civic SI cash cans. Okay, so there's two designs. Originally only had this one, but after so many people asking that they wanted a cash can with an overflow tank, because what that happen is when you go turbo or you start cleaning out the bay, the original overflow tank for the radiator, it's really nowhere to mount it, and the OEM one is kind of yanky. So we have one here with the overflow tank, you can see here. So I'll go over the details, what you actually need to do, and you know, cover some of the questions I get here on the basics. So we're going to cover the V1, and then we're going to go ahead and cover the V2, so that way you can make the choice of which one you would like to buy, and you know, cover some of the questions, like I said, that way you can understand that a little bit better. So the very first thing is I do offer them with a titanium plate, and this can be for extra. You can see here how it will look. And so if you're a big titanium guy, you can see how that looks. Like I fucking love it. So that's gonna be the very first things. So I do offer them with the titanium plate. So one of the biggest questions I get asked with the V1 is if you have to relocate or delete the AC and ABS. So you do have to relocate the ABS. I do have AC relocation kits. Now with the ABS, you can still keep it here on the stock location. There's gonna be no problem. But one of the biggest things with the V1 is you have to cut this original mount that's here, because that's exactly where the cash can will be going, as obviously you can see it there. So it is a very, you know, very challenging thing to do. I always tell everybody, if you're going to be taking that out, to have the motor out. We did it with the motor in, but it's very difficult, and obviously we're going to be pulling the motor out because we're going to be shaving the bay. But just be aware of it. It is very, very tight. As you can see here, we couldn't actually get to the one at the bottom because the engine is here. So do be aware that cash can is not for everybody, but if you're that type of person that are going to be shaving the bay and want the cash can over there, that is going to be the one that you want. Now, one of the things with the V1, you have to put a rib nut here, and it will come with a rib nut, and you're going to need to get a rib nut gun, because that is going to be an M6 rib nut that I'm going to be giving you. And it's very simple to put that. I don't even think I need to cover it, but you can see here, once you are got it perfectly, you can go ahead and bolt it over this, and it'll keep the whole cow in the same location. So very simple. Now I do offer the lines separately, so if that's something that you want to buy, one of the things about the lines you need to understand is they are specifically made for the K-tune valve cover. Yes, you can run your own and put the bunks on it, but with the K-tune valve cover, they're specifically here, and a little bit more this one. You can see this is another valve cover that I had from old car, and you can see here, even on this one, the lines are a little bit longer, but there's absolutely no problem. You can still make it work, but do be aware of it. That's going to be the only thing for the V1 and V2. The lines were specifically made with the K-tune valve cover, because you can see here, if it was just a little bit longer, it would be perfect. And again, this were on my other car, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. It don't bother me. So just be aware of it. With the lines, obviously it will have a little bit slack, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So the lines are offered. One of the things I get asked is what size are the bunks, and they're all 10 AN. Okay, so if you're gonna make your own lines, do be aware of it. You have to get 10 AN line fittings and hose. Okay, so one of the things about the hose is they're all PTFE. What I like about this, they just have a bigger flow than regular rubber ones. I personally just like using PTFE, just easier to assemble if you know how to do it. That's just my preference, but again, that's gonna be the thing with the PTFE, with the lines I'm in. So now you understand about the V1. You have to chop that off, and you also need to relocate the AC or delete it, whatever the choice you want to do. But we do have the kits there available, and you can see here I still have AC. That's where the line is at. Now with the V2, you're gonna have to relocate or delete the AC, and same thing with the ABS. So you can see here I have the ABS delete kit here on my car, and you can see here that's where it is. So you're gonna have to delete or relocate the AC, and same thing with the ABS pump here. So that's that's it. You do not have to chop this whole section off if that's not something you want to do. And the reason we did the V2, again, because we're going to be able to put an overflow tank. The kit will come with a hose, so you can run it from here all the way over here to the stock radiator cap. And one of the questions I get asked all the time is, which side do I need to put the hose here? So you can see here we have some fittings there, and the one you're going to be putting is the one right there to your right. I don't know if you guys can see it, because what will happen is when your car, your engine builds a lot of crank pressure, someone will go to the coolant and it'll come out here, push it out. Instead of leaving it open, getting all over your engine bay, or a lot of people like to cap it, then you're gonna blow your radiator. I've seen it happen, has happened to me on my other car. Lesson learned. You have to vent it out. And one of the things is, once the fluid, the coolant comes out, it will push in here, and once the engine cools back down, it will suck it back into the radiator and it will operate like it should. Okay, so that's why you want to leave this one vented, because what you want to do, you want to be able to release that crank pressure out, and that's why we have that rod like that. So you don't want to fill this one up. I wouldn't. That's how I ran mine. We leave them open. Right, so now you guys understand the difference between the V1 and V2. Hopefully, you know, the video explains a lot and is able to make the decision a lot easier for you. Like I said, the problem with this chassis is very difficult to make everything work. You know, you have to sacrifice things or two, but you know, the good thing about it is I do offer the AC, so you can still keep AC, you can still keep ABS if you would like, but obviously you have to relocate it. You know, there's not a lot of places to put stuff on in the bay, and I didn't want to put a cash can this way because then it will be blocking off the turbo. You already have enough shenanigans going on over here, as I'm going to be having a fuel kit, a couple other stuff that I got planned here. But hopefully, again, the video is helpful and makes the decision a lot easier for you. But there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.